Every day, more than 150,000 people pass away. That's like losing the population of a small city every hour, or a large town every minute, or a couple of neighbors every second. That means, since you started watching this video, about 20 people have already died, and some of these people got hit by cars. Others fell off from a mountain. Others may have had a heart attack, and others may have simply passed away from natural causes. It doesn't care about your skin color, beliefs, or wealth. Nobody can avoid it. It's part of our lives. No one can escape the incurable disease that we all are blessed with from birth called life. And it's interesting because even though we all logically know this, very few of us have really internalized this. How many of you have really sat down with your eyes closed in an empty room and truly imagined what your funeral would look like? Like, who would even be at your funeral? Who would be there out of pure obligation and politeness? And who would be there because they actually wanted to be there? What would people say about you? What would they remember? And it's weird because you'd think because we all have this terminal disease called life, that we all would be more sympathetic and loving with one another. I mean, this life disease really is the one thing that all human beings have in common, because in 100 years from now, every single human being on Earth will be dead, and a brand new set of humans will be alive. And then, in another 100 years after that, another brand new set of people will be alive. And this is the cycle of life. It just goes on and on and on. And when you start thinking about life like this, you really start to realize how short our time here on Earth really is. And you also start to realize that we all are on this journey together as one. And it also makes you question the way most people interact with one another. Like, why do so many people get so angry with each other? Or why do people argue with each other? Why do people physically harm one another? Why do so many spouses who supposedly love each other fight all the time? Why are there siblings who don't speak to each other to this day over some disagreement? Why do best friends talk badly about each other behind each other's back? Why do human beings behave like this? I think a part of it is because we really have not sat down to really think about what the true meaning of life is. And I also think that most people really have not come to terms with the fact that they are not going to be here forever. And to be honest, I don't really claim to know what the true meaning of life is. Okay, I think it's something that our human brain can't fully logically understand. It would kind of be like trying to explain consciousness to a dog or a cat or something. They just can't understand it. However, what I will say is there are some things that I think everyone should know. And I think the first step to actually understanding a topic like the meaning of life is to first align ourselves with the four truths of the universe. The first truth is about cause and effect. It's like a chain reaction. Everything you do or say has an impact on the world around you and on yourself. For instance, if you got really angry at someone years ago, even if it seemed small, it could still affect them today, maybe deep down where you can't see it. It's important to understand that our actions matter, and sometimes they have consequences we might not expect. This can make us feel responsible for everything we've done, which isn't always easy to accept. But it's never too late to apologize and try to make things right. The second truth is about impermanence. It's the idea that everything in the world is temporary, including our bodies, minds, and relationships. Even the video you're watching will disappear one day, maybe because of something like the sun exploding. But instead of feeling sad about this, it's actually a reason to treasure every moment we have. Whether it's a big event or just a quiet moment alone, every experience is valuable because all we truly have is the present moment. The third truth is about suffering and attachment. When we get too attached to things or people, it often leads to unhappiness. Why? Because nothing lasts forever. Eventually, we'll lose the things or people we're attached to, like loved ones or possessions. Even our own bodies will change and fade over time. It's tough to accept, but holding on too tightly to anything can bring pain in the long run. And the fourth truth is that we all are going to die one day. And the death truth is typically the toughest one for most people to accept, because it often makes people really sad. But death does not have to be this horribly bad thing, or even a sad thing, because without death, the moments with our friends or our family would not really be that special or deep. Without death, Everything would eventually become dull and meek and grey, and there would be no incentive to really love and cherish the moments that we have with one another. There would be no incentive to really laugh deeply or love deeply or even to be present. And these are the things that truly make life rich and worth living. And on top of that, death is one of those things that truly does connect all of us, because it makes you realize that you and the 7 other billion people here on Earth really are all on the same team, because this is our time. This is our time to collectively live life to the fullest as one. So the next time that you feel the need to yell at that loved one, or to yell at that person who cut you off in traffic, or to get revenge on that person who wronged you in the past, just remember that you are choosing to actively hurt your very own teammates. Make every moment count. Love deeply, laugh deeply, and be present to the moment, because at the end of the day, all we really have in life is the present moment. So don't let it go to waste. If you want to know psychological facts, then go ahead and click the video on the screen right now. I promise that you will love it if you watch it until end. Thanks for watching, and I'll meet you very soon if you subscribe to this channel.